Blessings and greetings and blessings, blessed souls. We're alive because we're blessed to stay alive in Torah Chaim, instructions of life, Torah Chesed, instructions of kindness, Torah Rachamim, instructions of mercies. I came to a decision after the overwhelming, abundant Hashgacha Pratis, divine providence, that I was asked a question by Brother Dave Tuttle on Facebook about the connection between something not being as it should be in the spiritual realm within a person's blessed human experience, and how that can chain down to a physical ailment. And it happens to be by, again, as I just mentioned, Hashgacha Pratis, divine providence, that I'm learning in a nice congregation here in Karna. It's called Re'eh Mohuvim, beloved friends, that's what it means. Class usually runs Sunday through Friday. Class given by Harav Moshe Klein Shlita. And we're learning a Hasidic discourse from almost 55 years ago that was delivered by the Lubavitcher Rebbe. And it was delivered by the Rebbe on Shabbos Parshas Ekev, which we'll be reading in several weeks. And I figured I would pluck some inspirations and to continue to share some insight, not the final word, not a direct interpretation of the Rebbe's Hasidic Maimer, but rather thoughts boiled down, trying to implement via Torah Savor reasonings, hopefully that are properly outsourced from the Torah, downloaded from the Torah in a way of Tavuna, that it should be more digestible by those who are not able to learn in the text, that this is a Hebrew text with some Yiddish sprinkled in it by the Rebbe, but it will arouse other human beings, all blessed and anointed with a divine image, to want to learn more about these ideas that I'm going to be sharing with you next few moments. This will not be a long presentation because I haven't learned the entire discourse, and hopefully over the next several weeks I will merit to do some and share with you. And of course, my humble effort right now is being dedicated toward the elevation of the soul of my dear father, Reb Shlomo Yaakov, Olav Shalom, may upon him peace, Ben Huna David, my grandfather, his father, may he rest in peace, and also for the Aliyas Neshama. Now we are approaching the Shloshim of the father of my Rav, Harav Yosef Yehoshua, Zchus Yogan Aleinu, Ben Harav Shmuel David, Zchus Yogan Aleinu. Here we go. Imagine Creator directly removing from you and all your loved ones all forms of sickness. Now imagine the experience of never being sick. Although you were instructed, blessed soul, in a previous generation, other people were sick. Therefore, hopefully our minds are perked, aroused to consider, in the realm of our blessed minds and heart, to consider two ways of healing. The first way of healing is to aggressively treat the sickness and facilitate the removal of that particular sickness from another human being via the efforts of others, whether it be doctors, masters of prayer, the instructions of the righteous. The second way of healing is preventative, a type of conscious effort on the part of the healer to provide clear instructions how to maintain wellness, excluding any human being, he or she, any chance of any form of sickness manifesting within their blessed life. And these two forms of healing, one because there was an actual sickness, and one giving instructions how to maintain wellness, relates to our service to the Creator, Avodat Hashem, in a general depiction. Avodas HaTzadikim, the service of the righteous souls, and the Avodas HaBalei Tshuva, the service of those who are masters of return, those who have fallen and now have taken the courageous, brave, self-sacrificial step to rectify what they had done in the past. The essence of returning, the essence of tshuva, is in a way, at the beginning there was a sickness, but via the tshuva, a way of the return to the Creator, returning to one's purpose, returning to one's pristine, soulful awareness of who one is in this world, or the worlds, because there's more than just this world, brings out an outcome of the removal of sickness. But for the truly righteous souls of creation, pious from the very point that they came into the world, via the obviously righteous and pious and upbringing that they received from their parents or greater environment, they did not encounter and taste of the type of lackings of consciousness which can ultimately which manifest with certain individuals throughout the history of the nation of Israel, that they didn't taste. Well, most of them have tasted the lackings, the spiritual lackings, the intellectual lackings, the emotional lackings, which can be also understood as they did not get involved in sinful behavior. So I'll leave you to do more research on the matter, blessed souls, and to learn more about how the righteous souls, the righteous human beings, are so pious in their ways. I will direct you to an oral Torah source, the explanation of Rashi, elaborating on the tractate of Sukkah, Talmudic tractate Sukkah, Daf Nun Gimel, Rosh Amud Aleph, the 53rd page, the beginning of the first side. Each Talmudic page has two sides. So we're concluding with this. Again, no conclusions, no definitive statements, but rather information to hopefully arouse you, blessed souls, to want to learn more about these matters. Hopefully in a way of Ahava Echad, one love, Gorel Echad, one destiny, Kulanu, for all of us, the Darchi Noam, in a pleasant way, Darchi Shalom, in a peaceful way, Lahamshich Bez Hashem Yisprek, to be continued with the help of the Most High. Take care.